So I just wanted to come on here and say that if you're wondering why people voted for Trump, it's because of things like this. My daughter likes to take cheese and pepperoni and crackers for her lunch. I counted how many pieces of cheese were left in this before I ate any to make sure that I had enough for her to take every day for lunch this week. I counted the pieces of cheese because I didn't want to have to go buy more. That's why I voted for Trump.
A lot of people responded to her video and were just shocked that that would be the thing that would get her vote. That she would throw out women's bodily autonomy and the economy and trans rights and everything like that in favor of a few cents off of cheese. But here's the thing. There are lots of people who are single-issue voters. And if we're talking about someone voting for, like, the imaginary moral crime that is abortion health care because of their own religious beliefs, or someone who's voting on a single issue and that issue is, I'm afraid I'm not going to be able to feed my family, I feel at least the latter is a more viable and realistic issue. Only voting for someone based on a single issue kind of loses steam if that individual can't deliver the one issue you care about. Speaking of issues, Time Magazine just named Donald Trump their Person of the Year. And if you're a fan of his, you might want to pick this up, especially if you, like her, are worried about grocery prices. Not so much for the photo, but for the interview that he did inside, wherein Trump admitted that it would be hard to bring down grocery prices. In fact, he went so far as to say, don't think I can do it. Really don't have any power in it, despite the fact he told you that he could. He said, I hope lower energy costs and better supply chains might do it, only those aren't the issue. Now, granted, companies are telling you, we had supply chain issues and our prices had to go up. Yeah, that was during pandemic. Those prices haven't come down. And then they're also talking about, like, overall administrative costs, etc. When it's like a recession situation, when a company is having to raise their prices just to keep afloat, you know what they don't do? They don't, in the same year, celebrate record profits. And all of these companies are. Because they raised their prices, not to offset costs, but just to make more money. And they are. And you're paying for it. And he has no plan to stop it. But as long as we're talking about supply chain, you know what might impact the supply chain in a negative way? Tariffs. Which, by the way, if that's the reason you voted for him, Trump says he can't guarantee tariffs won't raise U.S. prices. Of course he can't. Because they almost certainly will. If a company is getting something manufactured outside of the country because it's cheaper, and then tariffs offset that, and it costs the same as it would do to America, blah, blah, blah. Sure, maybe they might have manufacturing here, but they would charge more. Incidentally, being Time Magazine's Person of the Year doesn't necessarily mean that they think you're going to be a good person or have a good impact. It just means you're the person most likely to have an impact.